Sorry guys for the technical difficulties, but you all know me as the moderator, but today I'm presenting. But I think we're all wondering why we showed you that clip.
Yeah.
And in the specific family movie, we see this clip says it's okay to be a progressive parent, and what this means is the parent moves away from the ancient ways of doing things.
Yeah.
It's a modern parent now. And we also see in this clip that it says it's okay to watch pornography and to masturbate. It's a phase you're going through. You are awakening. It is it's a normal part of life. It's like puberty. You know, and we need to understand that the world will always, what God declares as right, the world will declare as wrong.
Always.
And vice versa.
Always.
And the world will tell you this thing is a good thing. But they won't give you the negatives. The negatives that we will be speaking about a bit today. But it starts with porn, and from there it goes from bad to worse. It's a downward spiral.
Yeah, Nante, that's true actually. Eh? I think we as a world, we've been brainwashed. Like you said, whatever God says is right, the world says is wrong, and vice versa. Like, it is sick, man. It's sick. Like you're a so-called man when you have sex, but in real life, like it's even legal now to have sex at the age of 17. Like,
crazy.
I was 17 last year. I didn't even know what I want to do with my life. Now you can say that you can have sex just like that. Like,
you don't even have your license in time. You can't drive.
Exactly, but you can have sex. No, man.
Your mom's gonna drive.
No. Sorry to say, I think
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Look, at the end of the day, I don't think we should make like sex an ugly thing, because God created sex, right? So He created it, meaning it's beautiful. Because God only creates what's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so God created sex, right? So if He created it, meaning that it's beautiful. So obviously the world has distorted it, the world has made it perverse, and the world has taken it and made it okay for everybody. Obviously it's not okay. But I mean, at the end of the day, if we look at it, right? Every creator has guidelines for everything that it creates, right? Like Microsoft has guidelines according to what Bill Gates and his team says that it must work by, right? Because it's they're the creators, and Microsoft must work according to the creators' guidelines for it to work to its full capacity. TikTok has a creator, so it works by that creator's guidelines. Apple has creators, so it works by that creator's guidelines. But why don't we work by the guidelines of our creator? I mean, it's just it's true. Like it's crazy for me to think that we just really don't do it, and then we think we woke, but we're not living by the guidelines of our creator. So yes, sex is beautiful, but it's beautiful according to the guidelines of the one that created it. You know what I'm saying? But Dante, you did say that you mentioned earlier that it starts with porn and then it's like a downward spiral from there. What did you mean by that?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Alvaro. You know, God has intended sex to be a beautiful thing, but the enemy comes and he perverts everything that God makes beautiful and good. He perverts it, he destroys it. By the way, guys, even something like music. You know, by the way, guys, we'll be having a live concert. A live show at the Meyer farm there in Alberton. It's on the power of music. We hope you guys can join us. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be
awesome,
amazing. It's gonna be all the good words.
So all of you guys are welcome. You're welcome. Come.
But details will follow. But just to get back to it, I know you guys are gonna look funny at me right now, but I compare sex and the sexual part of life to like ice cream. If I can say it like this, ice cream, you scream. We all scream ice cream. You know, and it's I don't know in your neighborhood, but many times they come this trokkie, and he drives around with that song, ting 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 ting. I don't know the song exactly, but it's this irritating song. But it calls you. It calls you. Come get ice cream for free. Everyone come get ice cream. And this dinky's in your head the whole time. The song is in your head, but it's in your head the whole time. And that is what the world is doing. It is shouting, sex is good, sex before marriage is good, pornography is good, masturbation is good. And you hear it so much that you start believing it.
You're right.
You know, you start believing it and you say, yes, okay, it's fine. You know, and because it's normalized, it's even more dangerous. You know, because we as people actually should be at a place, whatever society approves, we as people, we need to question.
Question that.
Is this right?
Question that.
Is this really right? am I doing the right thing here?
Yeah.
You know, because the world will always tell us what we want to hear.
You're right.
You know, they will tell us what we want to hear, and from there they lead us to a slaughter. They lead us to death.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
and we see that in the Bible. At Proverbs 7, where it speaks about this man. He's wandering off. Just imagine this. He's wandering off. He's walking to meet this married woman. But he has actually no idea what he's doing. But he's going to meet this woman. And this woman, she's beautiful. So she tempts him with her beauty. She seduces him with her smooth talk. She even tells him, you know, my husband's away on a business trip. He took a lot of money. He's going to buy everything. I don't know what, but he's away. I have cleaned my house for you. I have bought new Egyptian linen. I have perfumed the beds with expensive perfume. And this guy's like, okay, hoekom moet ek nee sê vir dit?
Ja.
Hoekom sê ek nee? And he gives in. He gives in to temptation.
Sure.
And he follows her. And he doesn't know this can ruin his life.
Yeah.
This can destroy his life from the inside out.
You're right.
You know, and there's a very well known, it's very well written there in Proverbs 7, verse 21 to 23. It says, with her enticing speech she caused him to yield. With her flattering lips she seduced him. Immediately he went after her, as an ox goes to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks, till an arrow struck his liver, as a bird hastens to the snare. He did not know it would cost him his life. It would cost him his life.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that is the thing.
Sure.
And if I can explain it, this man had the desire.
Yeah.
He had the desire for intimacy. He had the desire for love.
Yeah.
But there's one thing to have a good desire, and there's another thing to act on that good desire.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, most of the times, we act on it in the wrong way.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
act on it on the wrong sides.
Yeah, like
We
you can have desires. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with.
If God
there's
intended
nothing
it to
wrong
be
with
good.
desires.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you act on it in a way of watching pornography. You acted in a way of doing the wrong acts. You acted in a way of indulging in the wrong conversations.
Yeah.
Of sending the wrong texts.
Yeah.
You know, even something like sexting, it's dangerous, you know.
Very
And
dangerous.
like I said, it starts, and we use pornography, there's a lot of things, but we use pornography as an excuse not to have sex. We use it as an excuse. You know, I'm not having sex with my girlfriend or my boyfriend, but, you know, I'm watching pornography and masturbation. So at least I'm not having sex.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So that's okay.
Yeah.
Or, for me, the worst thing that pornography, it literally, the enemy uses pornography to destroy,
Yeah.
to pervert
No, definitely.
Yeah.
your capacity one day to experience love in the right way.
Yeah.
That's
Experience
true, that's
intimacy.
true.
Yeah.
It destroys it.
You're absolutely
And
right.
you can't, you know, and with that, it's an addiction. Yo, I think it's an addiction. And addiction is
yeah.
not just a week, oh, I didn't watch porn for a week, I'm fine now. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like that.
No.
It is 3 weeks to 2 months. It's steps. You need to be very hard on yourself.
Yeah.
You need to. I tried it 2 weeks. I tried it for 2 weeks just to tell you guys if it works. I'm telling you, downtime on your phone works. So all your phones shut down. And
Certain
when I
time.
say it's downtime on your phone, it is God's time.
Yeah.
Or if you have a safe in your home, go and lock that thing up.
Yeah.
Go and lock that thing up.
up.
9 o'clock,
After.
10 o'clock. You need to be very strict on
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
And with that,
Right, same.
it destroys your confidence, your shame. You get so much shame. You get so much
Yeah, you're
guilt.
absolutely right.
That's true,
Like
that's
that's
true.
the thing, because people think that you know, self-esteem is very important, and yes, self-esteem is important. How you look at yourself, you know, how you carry yourself, it's very important. But what's more important than self-esteem is self-control.
Yeah.
It's very important, because at the end of the day, there's so much. It's not the act that's the problem, guys. The act is quite trivial, but what spirits attract to that
Yeah.
act, right? You attract inferiority, you attract rejection, you attract that spirits into your life, and then you think, yes, yeah, I just don't feel good about myself, or yes, I don't
Yeah.
feel. I feel angry, or I'm just angry with people. I have an attitude with people. It's because you are doing all these acts in secret. You're not controlling yourself when nobody else is seeing you, right? And because you don't control yourself, you have all these spirits that come and latch on itself to you. And then you think to yourself, but why am I rejected? Why do I feel rejected? Why do I feel like I'm not good enough? Why do I compare myself to this person? Why do I compare myself to Dante? Why do I say Dante is better than me? Why do you walk like this? I don't walk upright. I walk like this, and you know what I'm saying? It's all those things that attach to the act.
Yes,
So the
yes.
act in itself is trivial, but the consequences of the act, that's the thing. It's a one moment of pleasure, but it's a lifetime of consequences, because you constantly have to work against that stuff that's within you.
That's true. Like last week, I think you spoke about TikTok being a trigger for and their self-control and that. So, but that's really true. Like we're also aware of social media, and we've got we can access it anywhere. So, like I saw a meme on my phone one day of how you feel before masturbation and how you feel afterwards. Like before, you feel happy, you're good, and even during the time you feel good, and then below the meme it shows afterwards. You feel worthless. You feel ashamed. You don't feel good enough.
Why did I do it?
And that's how it is. That's really, you feel great. You don't know why you did
Exactly.
it. So it's really the self-control not to do it, but even just the act, like you said, the act.
Yeah.
Even just by liking it, you're consuming your mind with that thought.
Yeah, it's just a trigger.
It's a trigger. It's a trigger. It's really, and that just. Like you said, it comes into your body, into your emotions, and it just like it latches onto you, and then you feel not worthless, you feel not good enough.
Absolutely right.
That's just and that's what masturbation as well does to it.
Yes.
So to say, even though it's not sex, it still has that effect on you.
That's the thing. It's not sex, but it's the act.
Yes,
I was addicted to masturbation from the age of like 12. People, I was addicted to it for 8 years. And the reality is that while I was doing it, I thought it was, I knew that it was wrong, but I kept on doing it. I watched pornography, I did masturbation and all that. And then one day, I was 17 years old, I actually just gave my life to Jesus, and I was like, now I'm changing, it's time I'm changing, people. And then I watched a segment on Oprah. That time, Oprah was like so woke for me, she was like lit, so I really liked her. And then I watched a segment where she had this doctor come in, right? And this doctor spoke about masturbation. I was like, I have to watch this segment. And I watched that segment, right? And they were talking about masturbation being healthy. So Oprah, that I love so much, gives me the affirmation to say, Elvira, go on with your masturbation. It's healthy for you. Yeah. It's a stress reliever. You know what I'm saying? So keep on doing it. And I was like, because I have so much stress now. I was like, I've got so much stress, so let me just, do this. And then, but I knew it was wrong, right? Yeah. And then I came to a place where I started studying, and I started counselling and psychology and all that. And then I realized that every addiction can be overcome in 30 days. And then I made a point to myself, okay, Elvira, for 30 days, you're not going to be in the toilet for a long time. You're going to be in the toilet for, literally do what you need to do and get out. Because the longer you are there and the longer you hover, the longer you start thinking, okay, let me do you know what I'm saying? So, and then when I was on Google or whatever, then I would make sure, okay, I'm not watching this. I'm not going to do this. I'm not, so I had to discipline myself for 30 days. And after that 30 days, you feel so good. You're like, I did this for 30 days. I didn't do this for 30 days. I'm going to do it for another 30 days, and another 30 days. And then now I'm how many years clean now? 13 years clean. And I never look back, and I never will look back. By God's grace, of course, I know that. But it's also by my self-control. Yes, because I made a decision. I'm going to be self-controlled, because at the end of the day, I don't have rejection issues anymore. I did. I had serious rejection issues to such an extent that you will just look at me funny and be like, yes, Tante like my knee. Yes, Keegan like my knee. Like you would just say something and it would trigger me wrong, and I would have an attitude with you.
But it's all in your head. It's all
in my head. Yeah. It's like a freaking thing in your head. Yeah. You're right. It's not real, right? Yeah. But then you feel inferior around people. You think I'm not good enough. Maybe my shoes, I don't have the best shoes, or I don't have this, and I'm not white, and I'm just kidding. But you know what I'm saying? Like all this stuff comes to your head, but you think there's some, why is this stuff here? But it's because of the acts that you do in secret, especially those sexual acts, and just like that scripture, you have to flee from sexual immorality, people, because you're destroying yourself. You're destroying yourself. So, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But on that, I got this validation from Oprah, right? And it's these celebrities, they validate these things perpetually. I mean, I found this one video, and I'm going to show it to you guys, actually, where this lady also just affirms, masturbation is right. So, it's not okay. This video is not okay, people. Not okay, guys. But watch this video and see how beautifully they make it sound. Watch this video.
Kingsman Media Group.
Okay, last season, there was a little scene where, you were in your, you know what I'm saying.
Which scene?
Oh, this, how do I put this for the blog? Where you were pleasuring yourself.
Self-love. The
self-love. Self-love, yeah, we'll say self-love.
Self-love is the best love. Never going to talk about yourself.
When you read that you were going to have to do that scene, how did you prepare? And were you?
Well, I did a lot of research. I became very method. I just diddled myself all day. Just couldn't get enough. It's like, no, I mean, it's very relaxing. No, I mean, the thing is, like, when we talk about masturbation, like, I don't think of it as a taboo. I was raised that it's a great option. You know, before you seek out somebody else to pleasure you, you better know your own body.
That's true.
And where all your parts are. Isn't that crazy? Some people don't know where their clitoris is. Yeah. See, now, if you learn about yourself and you learn how to pleasure yourself, then you never are going to have a bad sex experience because you know how to dictate and direct.
Okay.
To where the good things are.
Okay.
You know that book, Where the Wild Things Are? I'm going to write a book called Where the Good Things Are. And The Art of Self-Love. But we should talk about it more as an option, especially with young people. It should be the first option. You know, like, God bless abstinence. God bless. It's not working.
I have a teenager. I have a 16-year-old.
It ain't working. You'd say, whatever you do in the bathroom or when you close your door, I will respect it because I would much rather you be in there diddling yourself than out spreading your seed or your, dropping your...
So tell me now, did that video not sound good to you? It did. And that's what they do. They lure you into think that this is okay, this is all right, but it's not.
Yeah.
You know? And the reality is it's so justifiable. Looking at that video, it's so justifiable. Like, oh, I'm not spreading my seed everywhere. I'm not having sex so I can masturbate and I can do pornography. But at the end of the day, just like we said now, it's the stuff that latches to you. It's that inferiority and that rejection and that stuff that latches onto you that you don't want to be struggling with anymore. Anger. I mean, sometimes I would just want to slap people. Or sometimes I would just really be really rude. I was a rude person and I didn't know why. I thought, okay, maybe it's because I'm colored. No, it's because of the stuff that I did in secret. That is the reason I became that type of person. Yeah. But I thank the good Lord. Oh, I thank the good Lord. Yeah. I am free!
I'm free! No, but it's true. We can just thank God for helping you do that. And like you said, that scripture, it also reminded me of the shady shed last week. 1 Corinthians 6 verse 18. Yeah. And I think it says here, flee sexual immorality. Every sin that a man does is outside the body. Yeah. But he who commits sexual immorality sins against his own body. And like the scripture just hits me. Like if I can use the example. Okay, so kom ons gebruik die. Ons het twee broodjies, een met peanut butter op en een met stroop. Ja. As ek dit nou gaan saam sit en ek maak hulle weer oop, albei gaan peanut butter en stroop. Peanut butter en stroop, wat gaan op die kante wees. You can't separate it. So dis wat gebeur as jy seks het voor troue. Ja. So ek Sunny en Pietie slaap nou saam, maar Sunny het depressie. Nou volgende week voel Pietie nee, dit is nie reg. Hy voel ook in depressie, maar hy weet nie van waar dit kom nie. Ja. En dis wat gebeur as jy seks het. Dis spiritual connections wat oor jou kom en dit is emotional baggage. It's really like let's use drugs. Drugs is a physical addiction. That attachment, but sex is an emotional addiction, an emotional drug inside. Yeah. Like you can even throw mayonnaise in that broodjie.
Then comes Jannie.
Jannie, Jakob, almal yogurt, mosterd, alles kom jy gaan so 'n slaap ding hê. Jy gaan dit nie wil hê nie, verstaan jy? So
dis gaan so
jy wil hom gooi. So dis wat gaan gebeur as jy seks vertroue het. Jy gaan 'n gemoesde broodjie saam met en dan gaan jy gaan volgende week gaan met jou ma praat en jy weet rokkie net kwaad, maar jy weet van hoekom, maar as dit Sunny wat jy mee geslaap het. Dis wat gebeur as jy seks het vertroue. En ek het 'n video gesien, dis soos 'n ouma praat met ek dink haar kleindogter en sy gee vir haar roos wat nog reg is en sy sê soek jy die roos en die kind sê ja. Sy sê wag en sy squeeze jy die roos, sy sê soek jy hom weer. Sy sê toe nee. So dis wat gebeur. As jy eendag trou, jy gaan jou alles vir daai persoon wil gee. Yes. Jy wil nie vir hom 'n gemoesde blommetjie of 'n gemoesde broodjie. As ek vir die broodjie eet, gaan jy dit eet. Ek wil gee. Nee. Mayonnaise, stroop alles. Jy gaan dit wil eet nie. So this what gebeur. If you have sex before marriage, you can have baggage and it's emotional and it attaches to you, like you said, even with the masturbation. It attaches you and it's very difficult. It's like an addiction. You can't get rid of it easily. You have to wait till 30 days. So that's what happens. In that scripture, it says you harm your own body. You harm your own body.
It's not
like
outside.
It's not outside. No, and like you said, you're going to feel that rejection as well. Like you do it in secret, but when you go out, your head's going to tell you, yo, Dante.
Yeah, and in that, Keegan, with you saying, yo, Dante, it destroys relationships.
It destroys relationships.
You know, you're best friends with Keegan, but because you're busy with that wrong stuff, you get mad at Keegan because Keegan, you think Keegan thinks he's better than you.
You have perceptions.
You have perceptions. And you're like, Keegan is talking, and he's like, is that not for my skin? What did he just say?
That's-
Wat
that's-
kan ek gesê?
that's-
But actually was just talking yesterday. Dante het groot arms. Of Keegan het groot bene. And then you like, okay.
Yeah.
But then you lose that friendship.
You
You
lose
lose
that.
that relationship. You
Just
know?
because of that thing, you know.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
like even just like a fact, you know, like obviously like fruits. All fruits have seeds, right? But besides what? Pisang. Yeah, banana doesn't have a seed, but like most fruits have seeds, right? So the fruit of the Holy Spirit is self-control.
Yeah.
And people will know you by your fruits because each and every one of us are a tree, right? And we carry fruits on our tree, right? But that fruit started with a seed. That whole tree, your whole tree, started with a seed, right? So that seed must be a seed of self-control. You constantly need to control yourself, guys, in everything. This is it's a secret. Self-control is a secret, and it's a weapon. And if you use this weapon, this seed, your fruit are gonna look so beautiful in everything. Be self-controlled. Say for instance, you swear. Be self-controlled and say to yourself, for the next 30 days, I'm not going to swear. If you think lustful thoughts, for the next 30 days, say, I'm not going to... And then when you do it for 30 days, you're going to feel so victorious, you don't want to go back to the old person that you were. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the seed is self-control. That's the power of a powerful relationship with God. That's the tool that will help you to really just be an amazing spiritual connection, you know, be a spiritual person, connection with God. It's self-control.
It's going to grow into a self-control fruit.
Exactly. Yeah. And then people are going to start eating from your fruit. When people start eating from your fruit, that's how you change the world. Yeah. People say, I can't change the world. You can change the world. You can. Self-control. That's all. It's the seed, but the seed grows into an exponential fruit.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
You guys just talking, you know, where God just speaks how unity should be between husband and wife. And he said to the first man on earth, he said to Adam, only in matrimony, only in marriage you can become one.
Yes.
And we need to remember that.
Yes.
You know, only in marriage you can become one. Like Keegan, it's the broikie effect.
The broikie effect.
Only when the peanut butter and the straw becomes one is in marriage.
Yes.
Marriage. I'm just joking. But I've watched this video about Stephen Furtick. He's the founder of Elevation Worship. And I want you guys to go and watch it. Rebel will drop the link for you guys to go and watch it. But it talks about sex and self-control and singleness and all that stuff. It's a lot of stuff, but it's very powerful. But he just started and he said sex is a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
And we said that a few times today, but it's a good thing. And you know, the sexual part of the good, God intended it to be good. He intended it, but remember, He intended it for marriage.
Yeah, in the right
and like
setting,
we said, it's one thing to have that good desire, but how do you act on it?
Correct.
You know, we said that. But you know, we need to make sure that passion is contained. That passion has parameters. That desire is managed.
Yeah.
You know, if I can compare it, it's like a fire. You make a fire in a forest, but because you are feeding that fire with lust and with the wrong stuff, with swearing, with pornography, with masturbation, everything that goes with it, and anger and whatever, that fire is growing. And it's not contained because you're not feeding that fire with the right thing. Your forest is busy burning down and you don't even run because you don't know you are busy burning from the inside out, and you just stand and you think I'm doing okay, but you're not doing okay, and it gets crazy. You know, and the problem is, you know, we need to make sure that we don't take infatuation. You know, because there's a difference between intimacy and infatuation. The world sells infatuation.
Correct.
And what infatuation means, it means it's an intense and short-lived passion for someone or something. Wow. And that's what the world is selling. It's selling it's selling
that infatuation.
It's infatuation of what sex should be like. And it's short-lived. It's intense, but it's short-lived. And what it means in Latin, I'm going to sound very smart now.
Next level.
Big brain.
But it was Stephen Furtick. I did not say that it was Stephen Furtick. But he said it's a false fire. That's what it means in Latin. So the world sells fake. It sounds false.
All the time.
And you need to, but God sells the real thing.
He does.
He sells the real thing.
He does.
So I know you're asking, Dante, what should I do? Okay, you're telling me all this amazing information. What should I do? consume yourself with God.
Yeah.
Get God in the center of that fire.
Yeah.
Get God in the center of you and your girlfriend or your boyfriend's relationship.
Correct, yeah.
Pray over your relationship. Declare the word over your relationship.
Correct, yeah.
You know, and consume yourself with God.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, like I know it sounds religious what Dante is saying, guys. I know it sounds like, oh, God. But at the end of the day, he is the creator and he created you and I. And just as we said earlier, you know, with Microsoft being created by Bill Gates and it lives by the guidelines of Bill Gates and by its team and whatever, we need to live by the guidelines of what our creator desires. It just is what it is, you know. But we actually, we have a platform where we want to help you guys with this because I know it's a serious problem with youth. It's sad that we need to speak about this. Because I know that it's hurting a lot of you guys, but like let's just give them the details maybe of what.
Yeah, guys, we're not just here to speak about matters that matter. We actually want to have an impact in your lives. We want to speak to you. Like we can hook you up with counselors, life coaches, and they can help you through this situation that you're going through. It doesn't even have to be sex or anything. It can be depression, anger, anything that's bothering you that's in you that's not meant for you. We can give you the details. It's in the description below and you can contact them and speak to them.
Yeah. And we also created an email. It's youthlife@dirc.org.za. You got it?
Yeah.
youthlife@dirc.org.za, where you can just a few of us will have the email where you can just send us. If it's anonymous, it's cool. You don't even just say what's the main problem. So, you know, we can meet up, we can speak. We really want to help you and we really want God to change your life. And
yeah, that's it, guys. So there's a platform for you. We want to help you. There's a platform for you. So don't be sitting there tonight and think that it's the end of the world for you. It's just the beginning, right? This is just the beginning. So here at Youth Life, we really just want to help you guys. But let's go over to Q&A because I know you guys have a lot of questions. So let's just go over to Q&A with Q&A. All right, gang questions. Here we go.
We're in.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a lot of questions. And these questions are proper questions, you guys. These are the real questions we need to be talking about, asking ourselves, talking about with our families, with our kids when they're at the right age, especially in a Christian home. Especially in a Christian home, you cannot let your kids be only governed by the media. You need to start speaking to them about this. So let's get into it, okay? I have a first question from Heaven. Everybody knows Heaven. We all love Heaven. Heaven asks.
I know Heaven. I'm going there one day.
As a female teen in this millennial, is it a necessity to sleep with someone and live your life to the fullest? But how can we stand strong in our values and weekly say no?
So that's the thing. It's sex is not for teenagers. It's for marriage, as we just said before.
The world, obviously.
The world says that you have to have sex as a teenager because if you're a virgin and you're still a teenager or you're a virgin by the age of something, then there's something wrong with you. But at the end of the day, the Word of God says something. This is very powerful. The thing that God says the most in the Bible is do not be afraid. Don't be afraid. You will get that life partner that God has intended for you. So don't be afraid. Don't be hasty. You know, King Solomon says the slowest thing in the world is a haste of a fool. You're foolish when you want to do things hastily. You know, wait for the right time, people. In the right time, it's a blessing.
Wait for
Still waiting.
I'm still. Okay, that was great. Okay, let's just move on to our next question. We have it from Lisady. She said, if I'm in a relationship with my loved one and I want to show them my love physically and I'm ready, or rather think I'm ready, but I'm still young enough to get married, how do I navigate that?
You're not ready, I would say.
Like my mom my mom does like this, also the life coaching, she's part of that, and she's like this little pyramid, like where you can start and stuff, like holding hands. That's still okay, fine. It's fine. You can do that, but like and kissing, it goes up and up and up. But there's a certain line, and that line, like Dante said, God intended it for marriage. So you go you must be careful, because if you go too far, then you're going to have that stroboyke and the peanut butter come together, and then you're going to share it to the other people, because maybe you're not meant for him, but maybe you are. But like I've already said, just wait for the right time. You can show it, but not. You don't necessarily have to do it like the world says.
Yeah.
God has intended a plan for us, and that's how you can do it.
Yeah, control yourself, people. All of us
Self-control.
have, all of us have urges. We control
I
ourselves.
think,
Yeah.
I think before you know, you're gonna go
Stay
overboard.
away.
Stay away.
Yeah,
Stay
if-
away.
like,
Lock the
if you
door,
go
lock
for
the
a-
door,
If you
go
go for a
outside.
date, right, with this guy, make sure that 11 o'clock you're at home, people.
No.
Because na 11 gebeur goed dan nie.
Hoe later, hoe
start.
kwaad.
That's true. So make sure you have to, you have to have parameters for
Yeah.
yourself. You know,
Yeah.
you have to make
Contain that
parameters for
fire.
yourself.
Boundaries,
Contain that
boundaries,
fire.
yeah.
Contain the fire.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
Okay. Well, boundaries.
The
that's-
CD, you are not ready, wait for marriage. Just joking.
I feel like these. Okay, let me just say it out. You guys will see it afterwards. You guys can already see it online. Lesedi and Heaven asked a lot of these questions, and I can definitely feel it's not just for them.
Yeah.
It's for the
Yeah.
people around them, and I can probably tell you the 21 people watching are curious about these questions too.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, let's go. If a loved one wants to have a sexual encounter with a person, but the person isn't ready, but they can't leave them because they love them, what can they do?
There, for me, it's about values. It's who you are. You know, where do you stop? Because that guy or that girl, if they want you to do that and you don't want to do that, you should know that guy is not right for you.
We should
Yeah.
respect
Or
you.
that girl, he doesn't respect you.
Yeah.
You know, and I know it's hard. You know, I know it's hard just to leave that guy, but you need to give that guy boundaries. And if he respects that,
Yeah.
you
Then
know,
he loves you in
then
return.
Then he loves you in return. But if he doesn't, you should know
Yeah.
there's someone better. You know, you know. I
Even if
need
you
to-
can't see it now,
Yeah,
then
you know, but your
Do
values
not be
should be
afraid.
very important.
Yeah,
Do not
don't
be
be
afraid.
afraid.
Your values should be very important to you.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, yeah. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, I agree. And I think an important thing is once you start a relationship, say those boundaries in the
Yeah.
beginning. Don't get 3 years in and be like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
get 6 months in and be like, but we can't because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we touched on this question, but let me ask. The media and television play a big role in how we view sex and relationships. Would that be an influence that controls people's choices and actions today?
Definitely.
Yeah, but
Definitely.
it does. But like Ante says, you've got values.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if your values is against that, you're gonna know. We all have a conscience, so you're gonna
Yeah.
know. You're
Yeah.
gonna know when something is wrong.
Yeah.
If that's,
You know, there's that little
There's a
voice.
little voice in your head.
Hey, yeah.
Jy weet as dit
Ja.
verkeerd is
Maar-
en as hy dit vir jou sê jy gaan 2 keer dink. En then
Ja.
that just shows that your values, it's going to affect you. You're going to
Yeah.
hear it. It's like it's going to be all around us. You have to hear it, but
Yeah.
your values, you have to stick to that.
Yeah. At the end of the day, people, media is always going to be there, and media is always going to tell you and show you what to do and what not to do
Yeah.
in their perspective.
Yeah.
Right? They're always going to use everything for their narrative. You
Yeah.
need to have your own narrative.
Yeah.
If you don't have your own narrative about things, your own values, that's your own narrative, then you're going to constantly fall for the narrative of the media. Very dangerous.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
dangerous.
And remember
Yeah.
that media, that person you're following, let's just be honest, they don't actually care about
They don't
you.
care about
they don't
you.
care about
Yeah.
your feelings.
Yeah.
They don't
Nobody
care.
cares about your
They don't
feelings.
go, Rebel, you like my post. Thank you, Rebel. You are so good. Do you like what I'm posting?
Well, actually-
No. Is there
No, I'm joking.
But I mean, if nobody goes and, yes, Rebel, they
Yeah.
tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
They tell
Yeah.
you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
You know, but
And
they
what
don't
they
care.
want you to hear.
And because they do that, it's for money and popularity. They
Yeah.
don't care about you.
Yeah.
Remember that. So listen to God's word. Listen to the truth.
Because
And
he
that's
cares
the word.
about you.
And he cares.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we care.
We care.
Hashtag YouthLife.
YouthLife.
Hashtag we care.
Yeah.
Okay, our next question is, as a Christian, what advice can you tell someone, what advice can you tell someone to tell them not to get married, to have sex, but to be in love?
I don't get it.
So, as a Christian person, you want to tell someone, listen, don't get married, don't have sex because you're not married. But then they're like, okay, I really like this person and I want to do it with them, so let me just marry them. But they don't wait to fall in love with them first. Do you know what I mean?
That's difficult. But
Some white stuff, man. Yeah.
I'm not married. I don't know.
no, but if you go to scripture, God says he's got his own timing.
yeah,
So-
God's timing is perfect.
God's timing is perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think on that
Yeah.
question?
Okay, I feel like being new, right? Being new in church. Well, not new, but like a year or 2 years in, and just getting all of this information. I do see it a lot. I'm gonna be honest, you know? Like, people are in a relationship for a year and then get married, and I'm like, oh, you guys are so different. Or like, honestly, I can't judge people. Like, I don't know your relationship. But then I'm like, I honestly do think, like, did you guys love each other before you got married? Or did you get married because this is what you have to do before you do it?
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, you know, I just feel before you consume yourself with someone else, make sure you consume yourself with God.
Yeah.
You know, make sure, you know, it's simple, but it's the truth. Pray about it. Read the word, declare the word over this relationship. Ask God, is this really the right person? You know, is this really...
And like, I mean, even like, what is your motives?
Yeah.
Are you going into this thing to actually just have sex? My goodness.
Okay.
Then, of course, your marriage is not going to last. You understand? So at the end of the day, you're going to hurt yourself when you're going into a marriage just because you want to have sex. You're like that. You can really... Paul went without it for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
All of us can. It's possible.
If you're not able to control yourself, get married.
Yeah, but if you're able to control yourself, and that's why it's
self-control.
All of us have to control ourselves. It's something that we need to do. It's pivotal. Not just in a religious aspect, in every aspect of your life, it's important. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But your motives, you have to check it.
Yes.
You have to check it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I also think just spend time with... Obviously, spend time with yourself and spend time with God.
Yeah.
Because then once you're in that relationship, you know who to talk to and how to act, and you know the level that you want to be at when you're with that person.
Absolutely right. But guys, that's all we have for tonight. Next week, guys, the 25th of October, we're going to be in the Mayor's Farm. That's where we're going to be. Right? So all of us are going to be there. Actually, the crew can actually just come on, everybody. Just come say hi, everybody. So the whole crew is here, right? Come back. So all of us are going to be there, right? And we're going to be doing a segment called The Power of Music, right?
Yeah.
We can obviously have a live audience. All of us are going to be doing something. We're going to be performing for you as well. Riley's going to be singing some tracks. And Devin is going to be doing some Jerusalem dances for us. I want you to come. We need a live audience, so we need you. Everybody that's in Alberton, book that day, 25th of October, 5 p.m. This is from us at Youth Life. Bye.